Hi guys, so today's DIY is going to be a Valentine's wreath that my sister wants me to make for her. So we're calling this wreath "Painting the Roses Red." So she saw this wreath on Pinterest and she wanted me to recreate it for her. It's just going to be just a little different than the one that we saw on Pinterest. But we're big Disney fanatics and she loves Alice in Wonderland and she loves the Queen of Hearts. So we're going to do a Valentine's wreath with this wired wreath form here. And we picked this one up at Dollar Tree. And all this my sister bought. I'm just putting it together for her. So she bought this wreath form at the Dollar Tree. And she also bought these playing cards at the Dollar Tree. And she also bought some red paint at the Dollar Tree. And this one is just the apple barrel candy apple color. She also bought 2 bundles of white roses at the Dollar Tree. And you get, I believe, let's see, 3, 4, 5 of them in each bundle. She had picked up these brushes at Dollar Tree as well. But I don't think we're going to use these because we went to Michael's and she found these ones, which are so much better. They're smaller. These were also $1 at Michael's. Excuse me. So you can tell the difference. I rather use the smaller ones than these big ones. So we're going to use these 2 here. But you can, if you don't have a Michael's near you or you don't want to go to Michael's, you can still use these. Then she also bought these 3 bundles of red roses at Michael's. Okay, and the other thing that my sister picked up at the Dollar Tree was this poster board. I don't know if I'm going to use this yet, but just in case, I'm letting you guys know we are going to need some poster board. And there's a few other items that we're going to need. I just don't have them at hand, but we'll get into that as we get into the video. So let's get started with this DIY. Okay, you guys, so the first thing we want to do is we're going to get our red paint. You're going to get any little paintbrush, and we're going to go ahead and paint the tips of our paintbrushes and some of our white roses, hence painting the roses red. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up my paint. I'm going to drop some inside a little plastic cup wherever you want to put your paint. And the reason why we want to do this first is because we need to let this dry. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do the bristles of the brush, just like that, just the tips of the bristles on both sides, just like so. Just like that. Now I'm going to do both of them like that. All right. So I'm just going to set these to the side and let them dry. All right, so I haven't taken off my roses yet off of these stems because I'm going to add a little bit of red to them because they're painting the roses red. We're painting the roses red. We're painting the roses red. That's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and start just adding a little bit of red paint onto these roses because they're supposed to be painting the roses red. Kind of looks like blood, doesn't it? Look. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me just do this one so you guys can see. So we're just going in random little spots wherever you want to paint your roses red. So can you guys see? I'm just painting little areas here and there on my roses. So I'm going to do that to all my roses. Excuse me. So I'm going to paint all the rest of my white roses, and then I'm going to let those dry, and then we'll be right back with the next step. I'm going to go ahead and cut this tag off. And I forgot to tell you, you're going to need the regular stuff like the glue gun and, you know, scissors and wire cutters, all that other stuff that we always use. So we're going to start taking off the roses off of the stems. You guys can see, just like that. You're just going to pull them off of the stems. just like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to line them up. I always say I never glue anything down. I'm just going to start pretty much placing everything how I want it, and then I'll start gluing. And then you're just going to place them in between like this, inside your wreath form. So you're just going to go ahead and make sure that this part is in, because then we're going to come back and then glue them once we get it to how we want it to look. So we're going to do this all the way around. You're going to pull all your roses off, and you're going to do both rows. These are already dry, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to pull them right off, and then I'll put some in between wherever you want to put your roses. Like say, wherever you want to put your white rose, just put them wherever. No, I have no particular pattern that I'm doing. I'm just, you know, putting them in. And let's see, we can do something over here like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and place all my roses how I want, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue them, and I'll show you once they're all glued, or I'll show you once I'm gluing them. However you want to do your roses, your red, your white, you can add as many white as you want. This is going to be up to you, but you want to make sure you fill your whole wreath with the roses. And if you don't want to get your roses at Michael's, then you can go ahead and get them at Dollar Tree, the red roses. My sister she wanted them to look a little different than the white ones. Okay, you guys, so I took off all my roses because it's easier just to take them all off and turn this around. And as you can see, I glued one down already, right here. I don't know if you guys can see. And then the other one I just put right in next to it. And as you can see, this, excuse me, the stem right here from the back of the rose is, you put it through the wreath form, excuse me, and then you're just gonna glue that down, touching the wreath so it'll stick on there and stay on the wreath and the stem. You glue together, and if you guys can see right there, basically that's what I'm doing. I'm just gluing the stem to the wreath form itself, and up here I did the same. They seem like they're gonna go through, but as long as you get them together, they should be okay. See, just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill the whole entire wreath, and then I'll be back. I'm not gonna do like a particular order. I'm just gonna place them, and if it looks good to me, then I'm just gonna glue them down. So let me just glue these, and then I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so as you can tell, it's already dark outside, so I'm still working on this wreath. While I've been letting the flowers dry, I was working on my daughter's wreath. And so, okay, so this is what the wreath looks like now that I put all the flowers on there. I'll show you better, you know, a better view. Right now I know it's dark, but I will show you what it looks like at the end with better lighting. But I will tell you guys that this is a labor of love. Look at the back. It is just gross. I mean, just a lot of glue everywhere. And I might end up just covering this in the back with some felt or something. But to glue your roses on this wreath, it's hard. I tried to wrap mesh around it so I can maybe glue it on top. That didn't work for me. So if you guys can think of a better way to glue your roses, then by all means do it, because this was very tedious. So you just have to have patience for this part. But once you get this part, it should be really easy. So now that I'm done gluing all the flowers on there, and you guys can see the back, looks horrible, but who cares? You know what? I actually glued the flowers together as well. So I tried to glue them on there together so they don't go anywhere. As you guys can see, I also put little leaves throughout here and there. So that's this part. Now, we're going to get our playing cards, and I got a bunch of the heart ones, like the Queen of Hearts, the King of Hearts, the Jack of Hearts, the Ace of Hearts. I even got the two. So I'm just going to go ahead and see how I want them. And I know that my sister and the one that she showed me, they had the Queen and King on top. So I'm thinking of maybe even doing that. You just have to glue them on there. Add just a little bit of glue and then just glue them on. And glue them wherever you like. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these playing cards onto the wreath. And then I also have to glue my little paintbrushes. And I need to make a sign. That's what that poster board was for. I need to cut it, kind of like making it look like a ribbon. And then it says painting the roses red. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with that, because this is a really small wreath. And the wreath that my sister showed me on Pinterest looks like it's a little bigger. So I'm going to have to improvise. I may not use that poster board. So I'm going to... Oh, and I also... My sister wanted a crown. I found this here. I had this from Michael's. I had bought this a while ago. And it's just a metal trinket. That's what it says on here. But it's a crown. I don't know if she's going to like it. I'm going to actually show her before I put it on here. And I'm thinking maybe right here where there's a bunch of all these little holes, maybe put some rhinestones on there. I don't know. I don't know if she's going to like it or not, but I might put that on there. So now at this point, you can do whatever you want. You can glue your paintbrushes kind of like maybe like this, like this one is painting this flower, and then this one may be coming this way, and then, you know, glue your cards on there however you want to glue them. So putting the stuff on here is going to be up to you, like the paintbrushes and the playing cards. The placement will be completely up to you, however you want to do yours. Again, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to put everything that we thought originally, because it is a lot smaller. But I'm going to go ahead and finish gluing it all together. Okay, you guys, so I have a little tip for you. So these two cards, the King and the Queen, I want to put them together. So I'm going to actually glue just a little, do a little dot of glue here and here, so I can kind of keep them together like this, kind of like this. So I don't want them to move around on me. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little dab of glue here, and then I'll add the glue down here, and then I'll stick it onto my wreath standing straight up. So let me do that so you guys can see what I mean. So I'm just going to hold my cards and see how I want them to be. Okay, like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little dab of glue. God, excuse me, you guys. Okay. See, all I did was one little dab of glue just to keep them together. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'll add the glue down here. And then I'm just going to glue it towards the back like that. All right, here's another little thing that I'm going to do. And I just want to keep showing you guys what I'm doing. So I got a little piece of pipe cleaner here. I stuck it through this hole on the paintbrush. Now, this part I'm going to put towards the bottom so you can't see. It's just some writing that they had on there. I'm going to go ahead and thread this through down to the wire form and then tie it in the back. So it'll stay like this. And then I'll put glue back here so that way it'll stay on there. And I might do the same to the other as well. So that's just a little idea. Oh, and let me show you so far. See how that came out? It's on there. It's not going anywhere, those cards. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to do that right there. Just going to thread this through. And then I'm just gonna hide that piece of, what do you call that? Pipe cleaner. I'm gonna hide that piece of pipe cleaner with that little leaf. I'll probably glue it on there so you can't see it. If I can't, it's no big deal. But I'm just gonna go ahead and tie this in the back. And see, there it is. I just tied it on there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add the glue on here so it can glue onto the flowers. I'll just glue it right on top right there like this, and then I have it like that. I know it's dark right now, you can't see, you guys. I will show you in the light what it looks like, but I'm just trying to show you how I'm tying some of these things and gluing some of these things on there, even though I'm sorry you can't see, it is dark already. But again, I'll go over it one more time with you guys when I have better lighting. All right, you guys, so I'm trying to show you what I've got so far. So see, now that you can see it a little better, let me put it up here like this. So as you guys can see, I glued those cards on there like I told you, and then you could see right there where I tied the, you can see right there where I tied the paintbrush to the back here. Where is it at? Right there. And then I put some glue on there, so that's not going anywhere. And then I added glue the bottom of the, can you guys see the bristles and the bottom of the paintbrush, and I stuck it onto the roses. Same thing on this side. I don't know what I'm going to do to cover that, but so far this is what I have for my sister. I'm really tired because I just finished my daughter's wreath too. I didn't do a tutorial on that one because it's exactly the same as the one that I did my husband last year, which was I'll show you guys. Let me show you guys the one that I made for my daughter. All right, so this is the one that I made for my daughter. I have a tutorial on how I did my Valentine's wreath with the lights. So if you want to see how I did this wreath, it's basically the exact same thing as the one that I made for myself, except this one, she wanted the bow to be like her dad's, and I have also a tutorial on that one. So this is her wreath. So this is what it looks like with the lights off. So again, I'll link the tutorials underneath this video because I do have already how to do this wreath here. Hey guys, okay, so I already consulted with my sister with her wreath. So now I'm back to finish this wreath for you guys. So I went to Walmart with my sister and we found these stickers here. And there is 840 stickers for less than $3. It was $2 something. And I think that's a great deal because you get quite a bit of stickers here. So you have on both sides. And then you have them in black, silver, and gold stickers. They're just letters and it's the alphabet and some numbers. So I like that this has it's in 3 different colors. But I have terrible writing, so I'm not going to freehand the saying that she wants me to do. So that's why I picked up some stickers. You don't have to pick up stickers. You can freehand the saying that you want on your wreath. That poster board, I went ahead and I cut, it's about 1 inch. So this is going to depend if you want this or not on your wreath. But what we're going to do with this, in the wreath that she's seen, it actually has, it looks like ribbon, and then it says the queen. She likes them red. Again, like I said, that wreath was a bigger wreath, and it's actually a round wreath. It wasn't a heart-shaped wreath like this one is. So they can do a lot more with that wreath. And on this one, I'm kind of limited because of the shape of this wreath. But we're trying to do it just a little different. So what we're going to do is, I already cut, like I said, a strip of, I cut 2 strips of the poster board. And again, they're about 1 inch, 1.5 inches of width. And I'm just going to figure out how I'm going to glue this before I put my letters on there. So on the one that she wants, it looks a little different. So I'm going to try to, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do one like this. and then I'm going to write the queen here, and then I'll cut this off. And then the next one, they have, it looks like it's bent like a ribbon. So I'm just going to go ahead and bend my paper like this. And then I cut the end like a little ribbon, making it look like a ribbon. And then that one's going to go somewhere right here like this. And then I'll just glue it on there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stickers and write my letters. The queen on this one here. And then down on this one, I'm going to put, she likes them red. So now if you want to make your strips a little thinner, you can do so to fit your letters on there. So I think this might be a little too thick for this wreath. So I'm going to go ahead and just make it a thinner strip of this poster board. Just a little bit. Again, this is just to your discretion, you know, using whatever wreath you're using and how big or how small your wreath is going to be. This is for the size of my sister's wreath. And then I'm just going to go ahead and grab my stickers. Oh, it makes it hard because I have this band-aid on this thumb. But let me see if I can get it off of here. You're just going to grab your stickers. And then just place them as straight as possible on your poster board. So there's one word, the, or the. Excuse me. And what I'm going to do, so these don't come off, I'm going to go ahead and put white glue on top of it and then let that dry before I actually glue it on there. And that way I don't have to worry that these stickers are going to peel right off. And then I'm just going to go ahead and finish my words, and then I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, as you guys can see, I'm letting these dry. I just put white glue on top of this. I just spread it all the way across and put it nice and evenly, the coat of glue. It's just regular white school glue, and that way it gives it a shine all the way across anyways. But I want to make sure that those letters do not come undone. They don't unstick. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to glue them onto this wreath here, and then I will be done with the wreath. And then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, you guys, so here is my Queen of Hearts wreath that I finished for my sister. So I'm going to do a close-up. So as you can see at the top, I had just glued those King and Queen's playing cards. And there is my little ribbon that I made out of the poster board. And I just glued, you know how I folded it here? I just went ahead and glued it right in there on the fold here. And then down here I glued it. I glued it right here and right here. And then I just glued one more card here. And then on the top, to cover those pipe cleaners, I had some of these foam glittered hearts from the Dollar Tree. And so this is my take on the Pinterest Queen of Hearts wreath that my sister's seen. And I absolutely love the way it came out. It came out so beautiful. And the only part that I really struggled with was with putting the roses on there. But once you get that, everything else is easy. And again, the wreath that my sister saw on Pinterest was a lot bigger, and it was round. It wasn't shaped like a heart like this one is. And but I love the way this one came out. It looks really good. So I hope you guys make this wreath, and don't get discouraged if you're, you know, having trouble with the flowers. It just takes a little patience to put the flowers on there. And again, if you find a better way of doing it, then by all means do it. But this wreath is so cute, and I hope you guys like this tutorial, and I hope you guys get inspired. And there's Dodger wanting to put in his 2 cents, but I hope you guys get inspired and give this Queen of Hearts wreath a try. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.